Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 with the Green-White Warriors. Yes, we'd like to play first. And this is a very awkward hand with 5. It's got the Surrak and the Silverfur Partisan, plenty of mana. I'm not sure that it's going to be aggressive enough. We're going to ship it back. And this is a much better hand. We have, unfortunately, it comes into play tapped Canopy Vista, and then it comes into play tapped Canopy Vista, and then it comes into play tapped Canopy Vista. But it has a lot of, I guess that's a relevant card on top with the Hidden Dragonslayer. So we're going to be a turn behind. Unless we can get, basically we'll be a turn behind every turn for a while. So the Dragon Hunter is going to come into play. And not be able to attack into the Blister Pod. Looks like it's going to be Green-Black Aristocrats is the deck list I'm going to assume is what this Blister Pod's going to be here for. So our opponent looks like he's missing his black source so far. And a Duskwatch Recruiter, which we will cast one of our own. And that should give us some ammo. And the double strikes can be very relevant on this Arashin Foremost. So Crypto with Right allows him to tap for 2. And the Elvish Visionary allows him to draw a card. And he does find his black source. So we need to get the gears going here. I can fight off his Duskwatch Recruiter and attack in with... Not quite sure that's the right play. I think the right play here is just going to be Arashin Foremost on the dragon. And attacking with both. This should force a block. Really? I'm surprised he took the damage. Hope he gets super greedy here with like a... Okay, that's not super greedy. Hope he taps down. This is not what I want to see, a Catacomb Sifter. Another deck that clogs up the board. This can be tough for us to push through. But he will... tap 3 mana, probably for another Catacomb Sifter is what I assume. So we need to worry about the Zulbork Cutthroats. We'll kill them very, very quickly. But, this can be tough to push through without Trample. It's going to be Den Protector that's going to be the card that I think will... Okay, so let's attack in. It gets Double Strike. And we can use one of the Dromoka's commands. I might as well attack in here. With these two. And I'm sure... Oh, very interesting here, because now we get to... kill off both of them. So, and without taking any damage. So, put a +1 counter on target creature you control and have it fight. It's going to go here. And then here, and then here. So he'll lose both his Catacomb Sifters. But I don't push through any damage. But he's got a ton of mana next turn. Through the Eldrazi Signs being able to both pump out a creature or tap for mana and sacrifice. So Liliana, Heretic Healer, as well as an Nantuko Husk, as well as a Zulbork Cutthroat that we need to take care of. Oh joy. Well, he's out of cards though. And he did not sack. There, he'll sack one. Now, he's going to sack a bunch here. So the Nantuko Husk is a card we have to block. And he's going to make me discard a card. I think I just do get rid of the Surrak is the right play. But, I mean, he's got just a miserable amount of things he can sacrifice to the Nantuko Husk. But I still think I attack in. He can get up to a 6. Or I just morph over the Hidden Dragonslayer. Liliana, though, is going to make me discard the Dromoka's command. I don't think that is the right line of play. So unfortunately, I think I need to attack in and just see where it goes. But this time around, I think we just attack in with the Dragon Hunter. So far, so good. I'll accept these blocks. And this is going to force my hand, though, so which one do I want to get rid of? So I think we'll fight off his Zulport Cutthroat. He can just get it back. But this forces him to sack more creatures. He should just sack the Zulport Cutthroat now. Still has to sack one more, or they'll just trade. Okay. And I think we just cast it, the Hidden Dragonslayer, unfortunately, because there's nothing better to do. Liliana is going to be a bit of an issue, especially as I hope he just is activating a Duskwatch Recruiter rather than has any sort of... He can get back a Catacomb Sifter, too. Yeah, there's no better draw than what our opponent drew here. This was about pretty much perfect. Because he gets back the Catacomb Sifter. I'm surprised he lets both of these flip. I may just activate right now. Alright, so we do get a Dragon Hunter. So I'd actually like to land here. And unfortunately it's a Silverfur Partisan, which he's going to make me discard. Ugh. So much card advantage. And now he is going to tap for a Collected Company that, of course, he top-decked into. Ay. And finds 2 Zulport Cutthroats. Yeah, this is pretty much the ideal draw for the black-green. And gets back another Zulport Cutthroat because he can just do an obscene amount. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yep, we are so dead here. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to exile the graveyard. Out of 16 cards, that's what he managed to pull. Let's see here. I guess I could go Hermit for... Center Soul is still awkward because of the Void. Clip Wings does nothing, and Enshrouding Mist does very little. Titanic Growth, I think, is needs to be main board here for the Den Protector. I think it's just Den Protector is the way that I'm going to win this match. Artful Maneuver I'll stay in. Shoulder to Shoulder, I'm not quite sure I need. Might of the Masses I am going to keep in. But Lead by Example is the other card I think I cut. Or possibly just this art. No, I want as much damage in per spell as possible, and I think that's the way to do it. I could give Trample. Trample off the Somberwald Alpha is something that can get past the sacrifice. So I think I'll bring it in over an Artful Maneuver, or just take out these Dragon Hunters just seem really, really weak. Yeah, Dragon Hunters seem very weak in this matchup, and that way I can bring in the shoulders and the leads. So I guess they don't need rallies here. They can just recur with Liliana. Yes, I'd like to play first. And this is going to be keepable. It's kind of weird, though. I have no first turn play, so we're not going to reveal anything. This just makes him think I don't have a basic land in my hand. But Hidden Dragonslayer is just going to be hard casted. Hopefully there's not a blister pod that comes down here. There is. Surprise, surprise. And hopefully I get a 2-drop. Land's okay, though. Gives me something to do. I still put out the Hidden Dragonslayer. I have to somehow get some sort of aggro. So far, it's a very solid turn 1 and turn 2 with the Blister Pod and the Visionary. Surrak is beautiful. I'm actually really into this card right here with another land. We can cast it. We have Double Strike galore. I'm going to gain some life here. Hopefully it's not a Crypto Flight. It's just a Duskwatch Recruiter. That's the best news for us. Partisan is something I could put out. I mean, he can double block on the Arashin Foremost, so I guess I just attack in and wait to see what happens. And he'll just block that one. That's perfect. And take some more damage. And we'll just Silverfur Partisan here. Which the trample is going to be very relevant. So he's got a ton of mana available through Collected Companies. And his Duskwatch Recruiter flips. So he's got a Collected Company in his hand. That's obvious. Tandem Tactics will be nice. I am just going to attack in with the Arashin Foremost and the Silverfur Partisan here. He's going to Coco first, huh? Ultimate price on the Arashin Foremost. So here's something yeah. Welp. That's where the Cinder Soul is good for. Kills off that key card. But I'll still attack in with both. And this is where Tandem Tactics is going to shine. So I leave back a wolf. Both my guys survive. Kill both of his. Oh yeah, that was a great block. We're up to 31 life. We have a wolf token back. The Loam Dryad's annoying, but no Collected Company in sight. Catacomb Sifter's annoying too, but we're pushing through pretty well. The double strike, of course, was better at pushing through, but I'm okay. Definitely okay with... Unfortunately, this will come into play tap. I could do shoulder to shoulder. That won't do much. Lead by example is fine as well. At instant speed. So I think we just attack in again and see what happens. Maybe just with both my wolves. Or I shoulder to shoulder both my wolves here and just attack in. That's a 3. He just double block. So I don't think that's smart. It's going to be Artful Maneuver, I think, that I want to cast. So just the Silverfur Partisan, or... No, we'll go with both. I hope it's just this. Just the Catacomb Sifter. Rather than just the Eldrazi's. Because this allows an Artful Maneuver. Perfect. And we do push through damage. He does get a scry. And unfortunately, this Fortified Village does not have anything to reveal. But we have another wolf token that we got out of that. And if he's tapping out here, it means there's no collected company. Unless... Yeah, he's still... Yep. Oh, no, he can collect a company. He's got the mana for it. Through the... Tapping down the Eldrazi Scion. 3 mana. Nantuko Husk, though. Nantuko Husk is not that threatening at this moment. The Artful Dodge is going to... hit the Silverfur Partisan, which puts in another wolf token. And Surrak here is also pretty good. Canopy Vista comes into play untapped. This allows us to do both. So we're in a shoulder to shoulder and target here and here. Puts in some more wolves. And brings our guy up to a 5/5. And I think we just swing out here with our wolves. And he has to do a lot of sacking with his Nantuko Husks. I could keep that alive. I'm sure he's going to sacrifice Eldrazi, though. Rather than sack something else. Yeah, we'll pass priority back to him. And he's going to sack the Nantuko Husk, so this is going to force my hand. So I'm going to lead by example. And he's just going to scoop it up. So that was a fair draw. That was a decent hand again with our opponent. Center Soul's actually kind of nice, though, to give protection from the Nantuko Husk. If we care. Huh. Wonder if there's another card that I just don't quite care about, like this Herald of Dromoka. I'm going to put in a Center Soul. This puts us down to a 22 creature count, though. I'm getting a little bit... It's just Enshrouding Mist better than Center Soul, though. Prevent all damage will be dealt to it. +1/+1. Protection rebound. I'm gonna try an Enshrouding Mist here. No, but Center Soul does protect against the ultimate prices, which we know he brought some in. So what is the weak link? Possibly these shoulder to shoulders. I liked it though. You saw how it just got out of control by casting these shoulder to shoulders. Tandem Tactics are still wonderful. I think it's actually maybe Might of the Masses We'll just take out one and just keep into 2 Center Souls. Surrak might be the weak card here. Another tough matchup. Have to mulligan. Wow, our opponent snap kept. We will keep this one though. I'm gonna bottom the land. I think we'll draw one in 3 turns. But since we don't have a first turn play, we'll just Fortified Village and play tapped. And I will just end up hard casting the Hidden Dragonslayer rather than morphing it. It is good versus the one card in his deck, the Nantuko Husk, which is very, very useful in his deck. But this is also starting off very similar. That would be 3 lands in a row with the Scry. Not liking that. Yeah, Hidden Dragonslayer is the card. See if a Husk comes out or a Cryptolith Right. Very similar to the last game. So I'm going to Foremost again on the Hidden Dragonslayer, and we are attacking in. Got rid of the Blister Pod. He has a Scion back. Couple of different routes we can go next turn. Probably the Silverfur Partisan after the fact. There's a Cryptolith Right, which just makes this deck go crazy. See if it's a Warping Whale with that colorless mana. Or I think he's just probably going to put out. There's the Husk. And the Cutthroat. So, we have a couple of routes to go here. I could attack in and he can sack a bunch of stuff. And we're at the mercy of him having a collected company. Or we just throw out a Silverfur Partisan. Because the Silverport Cutthroat Nantuko Husk combo would just kill out of nowhere. It is very powerful. I think I do attack in. He's just going to let it all go through. Here's where we definitely Dromoka's Command. And fight off probably the Zulaport Cutthroat. Or I could just cast a Silverfur Partisan. Or lead by the example, gets up to that 6. Is he just dead here? I think he's 1 off from dying. Because we go up to a 3, a 4. Oh, no. 1 goes up to a 4/4, 1 goes up to a 3/3. So I might just let this go through. And then put out the Silverfur Partisan. Now we have to fight off. So +1/+1 counter here. Fight here. He can sack, it doesn't matter at this point. We get the lifelink, which is very relevant. And I actually do think we lead by example. Down to a 7, we're up to a 29. with the Cutthroat out of the way, I don't know if he can do 29 in one turn. He really needs a Collected Company here. Of course, the Cryptolith Right. Could have made him sack that Cryptolith Right. But I think just getting rid of the Zulport was the right call. The command is still good here. This is a very good card. We'll attack him with everything. And that's definitely fine. If he's smart, he'll sack him. Hate the scrying. And he put a card on top, so that's got to be Collected Company, right? So, do I Dromoka's command? Yeah, I'm going to fight and make him sack an enchantment. So, target player sacrifice a creature and then fight. So there goes his Cryptolith Right, which might hamper his strategy. Maybe I should have... He allowed me to fight. Okay. And he still wanted that card on top. He still wants it on top. So it must be a bomb of a card. And yeah, it's got to be Collected Company. Do we just allow it to happen and morph over the... Because I don't know, with Collected Company, I don't think that anything good happens here. He has to get it up quite high, and he can just miss. But we're just going to Hidden Dragonslayer and pass the turn. And he'll Collect a Company. I guarantee that's the card he's had on top. Card is bonkers good. Gets a Catacomb Sifter into Loam. Dryad. I'm so glad we killed that Cryptolith Right, because look how much mana. Good news is we're at very, very high... Oh, jeez. He's just got another one. Of course, when it rains, it pours. Can't shut that down. And there's a Duskwatch Recruiter. But next turn we have some nice plays. Now, don't like the land. See how he blocks this. So many scries with the Catacomb Sifters here. Collected Company is another card that could easily be jammed into this deck. Possibly instead of Dragon Hunter. I like the Dragon Hunter, though. It's a very fast, aggressive card that pairs up well with Arashin Foremost. And then if we go down the count, I think we're down to 21 cards, and then Surrak can't get hit, so it can only hit 20 cards in the deck. Really, is the last card in his hand a collected company? No, he doesn't have anything. He has West Valley Abbey. He's going to try to... That's annoying, Wizards. We get it. Yeah, okay. So his Nantugas is going to die. Because it's what, 4 greater? Oh, he should have scryed his other one there, though. I'm going to gain some life. And, oh, he just found an Elvish Visionary off his Duskwatch Recruiter. Yeah, that's smart. Likes the card on top, so we know what that card is. Another collected company. And his Duskwatch Recruiter is going to flip. Because I didn't cast a card. And he can even generate another Zulport Cutthroat. Yeah, that just gets him so much. Oh, because he scryed it. Okay. So much advantage off that card. Drew Visionary into Visionary. Into Cutthroat. We've used 2 Dromoka's Command. The best draw we can draw into now is going to be a Den Protector. We have some significant draws we can draw into, though. But just crazy value that you can get off this Recruiter. Unfortunately, the Hidden Dragonslayer does nothing against the Swarm. But he can't tap any of them for mana. So let's see how he scries. Is there a reason why he did that, though? I don't understand why he's going to... I'm at 30... Yeah, I have not a clue what's going on here. Why he'd want to just sack everything without blocking. Maybe he's just giving up. Oh, no, he transforms the Westvale. Yeah, there we go. The Westvale Abbey. Yep, that's true. He had that on so he can block Flying Lifelink, Double Strike, or not Double Strike, Flying Lifelink, Indestructible Haste. That's a tough card for me to deal with. I don't know if I can actually beat that card. And I think that might actually be worth it in the long run. As he can't attack in, he can net up a few life points. So I think it's actually the Silverfur Partisan here. And we have to swarm him. But he likes the card on top. So here comes the... Oh, really? He didn't even attack in. Yeah, I guess he has to worry about double strike. And not attacking in actually did cost him a bit. We will just go with another Silverfur Partisan and pass the turn. And it's anyone's game here. Because his guy is flipped over. Oh, he's got to collect the... Yeah, of course that's the... He's probably scryed until he hit the collect the company. Fleshbag Marauder will kill a Hidden Dragonslayer. He's got to kill a card too. And an Nantuko Husk, but he'll kill his Fleshbag. Yeah, the littler Hidden Dragonslayer. Do you know what? I probably don't need both these Silverfur Partisans. Yes, I do at the moment. So no cards in hand here. Nantuko Husk is very weak. I think he'll attack in with his flying lifelink indestructible guy. Which does allow me to cast a Hidden Dragonslayer for the Nantuko Husk. Not a fan of that plains, but yeah, it is what it is. So how would he block here? Definitely don't want that Howler to flip back over. So I don't... But if he blocks, we definitely will Titanic Strength it. Oh, geez, I didn't even notice the land. That's okay. I'm okay with the land dying here. See what he does in the Nantuko Husk. I'm definitely okay with the Nantuko Husk dying as well. Because I do not want this flip back over. Maybe it's just inevitable. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That trade. Need a Celestial Flare, I guess, for this. He draws another land. I think the only way that we win is we just get some obscene life gain going. That's one way to do it. And we can still target it. It's just indestructible. And oh, he's got the other Hissing Quagmire. Another annoying little... Didn't it die last time? Yes, it did. How did I not notice another one coming into play? Whatever. We should probably get value out of it by just turning it face up. So going down to 21. We've used off 3 of our Hidden Dragonslayers. Opponent goes up to a 33. Center Soul is kind of nice because we can rebound it. But I'm not sure we can get enough damage out here. See if he's got like another collected company. Yeah, I don't think I just do anything here. It's 8 damage, so he's only netting up a few. But he's drawing into collected companies closer to... Blister Pod is super, super annoying because it blocks twice. Yeah, there's just no way I can deal with this. Flying Lifelink Trample. Or it doesn't have Trample, does it? And he has another Blister Pod in his hand, huh? And that will flip over his Howler. So we need to flip it back over with next turn. We draw a Forest, which is not what I wanted to see. We actually have to keep things back with the Center Soul. But I gotta flip his guy back over. Do I just die on the backswing if I don't do this, though? Because he gets value out of it. Yeah, Silk Wrap's another way to deal with this guy. We have to throw a Silk Wrap in the sideboard for these exact. And finds another Blister Pod. And gets some more value out of the Duskwatch Recruiter. Not quite sure how I could ever come up with 39, especially with two blockers. And he has a Catacomb Sifter. And another that very efficient deck. Just completely goes, finds another Hissing Quagmire. Just cannot beat that card. Cannot beat the Abbey. Duskwatch Recruiter would have been nice 9 years ago. Is there anything in the world that gets us out of this situation? Well, Den Protector would have been it to get us back. I don't know, multiple cards, but yeah. Close game, though. I'm definitely cool with it. That was a fun game. Probably one of our worst matchups, if not the worst matchup. Just from the Devoid cards having very few ways to get through, just power through. But anyway, we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again and hope to see you soon.